Welcome to another episode of Local Rigs. We're at River City Studios in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and today we have Tyler Steimle to show off his local rig.
My name is Tyler Steimle. My sort of guitar playing lineage goes back a little while in Grand Rapids. My uncle, Richard Steimle, was the guitar player for the Eris Hampers band Soulbenders. And my father was a guitar player, so it's always been around me, and I picked it up probably when I was about 14, seriously. This Les Paul here is my favorite guitar. It's a 2004 Les Paul Classic. I swapped out pickups. The special thing about this guitar for me is that my friends all chipped in their money and bought it used from Guitar Center for me for my 21st birthday. So this is a guitar that I will be buried with. It came with, I think, 498 and 500 ceramic magnet pickups or something like that. But I swapped them out with Seymour Duncan's. So in the bridge here we have the JB, and in the neck here we have the Jazz. All the wiring is still stock. Everything else on it's pretty much stock. I got these pickup covers though from my dad's 70s Les Paul Deluxe. So it's a little personal touch I threw in there. They're all worn down from him playing. So that's kind of a cool thing for me. I usually use the Jazz pickup for like really fat lead tones and stuff like that, and I use the JB for rhythm crunch and stuff like that. I wanted to achieve as many sounds as possible with this board without having an enormous board, and I clearly failed at that. This TC Electronic Nova system is like the baby brother of the G system that they make. This one does an amazing job, especially with like delay and reverb and modulation effects and stuff like that. So for me, just to be a creative guitar player on stage, I just use it in pedal mode. I usually have compression on. I'll go back and forth with the boost if I'm doing a solo or a loud or quiet part, whatever. The delay works great. The modulation I have set right now to a tremolo effect. Moving to the right of the board, I have an Ibanez WH10 wah pedal. It's a cheap pedal, it's a tone sucker, but when you're using it, it sounds incredible. It's the best wah sound I've ever heard. It gives you a little bit of a boost, a little bit of bite. It's really thick and wide. Then I'm also running my Peterson Strobo Stomp 2 tuner here, which I've had for probably 12 or 13 years. And this is the JHS Muffuletta, and it's basically, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fuzzes in one pedal, and so it's got all these different like big muff type sounds, right? So you have like the big muff pie, the big muff Russian version, and all that other kind of stuff. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of individualized pedals, which is why I got the Nova, but the fuzz thing is kind of something that you can't replicate any other kind of way. So I wanted to get the best one out there and still have some versatility to it. So that's what I use for solo tones and stuff like that. I guess that leads me to my amp. I've been through a lot of amps too, but for quite a few years now I've been stuck with Zinke amps. And I say stuck with, they're my favorite amps. I even have a tattoo based on the 5881 power tubes that they use. This amp is actually called a Mofo Encore, and it's a 112 combo amp. It's 60 watts. It's got 3 channels. It's got a clean channel, very Fender-like. It's got a retro gain channel, which is like a very Marshall rhythm crunch channel, and then it's got a Mofo lead channel, which is a creamy sort of super high gain distortion that's similar to something you would hear like in a Soldano amp, or even maybe a Bogner. But this is a more American style sound. It's all based on a Fender circuit. So I also have an orange AD15 combo, so I'm just running 2 combos now, but this is still my my main rig. This guy here is a 2006 Eric Johnson Strat. As you can see, it's got the EJ on the back plate. It's got the little Cocapelli dancey guy. Interesting thing about this guitar is, I don't know if you know anything about Eric Johnson, he's obsessive about his tone. Like, he has to have certain types of batteries in his pedals and all this kind of stuff, right? So one of those things is that he doesn't want extra wood drilled out in the back for an unnecessary back plate, right? So there's no back plate to this one. I super love vintage guitars in general, like Strats and Tellys and all kinds of stuff. So this is an affordable version, basically, of a vintage Strat. It's based off of, I think, a 50s. It's got a big, C-shaped, boat neck. It's really great. This neck is solid. I've never had to adjust it, and one of the reasons for that is because, again, Eric Johnson, it's a quarter sawn maple neck. Which means it's super sturdy. This thing is built like a tank. It's got it's got the nitro lacquer on it though, so the finish is not built like a tank. I actually busted off the whammy bar, and during the repair there was a little incident over here, but all of that's character, right? So everything else in this is stock, custom Eric Johnson pickups and everything like that. I play the crap out of this guitar because it's so easy to just pick up and just throw around and not worry about. Like with the Les Paul, you have to worry about, how you set it down for the neck and everything like that. Fenders, Strats and Tellys they're tools. They're made to be used and beat around and stuff like that. And so that's what I use this one for. This is Epiphone Masterbuilt. What is it? The DR500 MCE. I liked it because it has the built-in tuner and everything here. It's got a pickup system if I want to go gig. It's got two pickups actually. One right here in the neck, a little bit of a bassier tone, and then one which is more common right under the saddle. These guitars are extremely well built for the price. They're probably the best value acoustic guitar that I can see around. So I think I picked it up for $500 from Rainbow Music. Yeah, not a lot to talk about with this guitar. Everything in here is stock. It's just it's a nice one to have around the house and to play on. My daughters love to play on it, and I can sort of just give them this one, and they can go and have fun, and I don't have to worry about it getting banged around too much. It's not the Les Paul, so that's really the only guitar that I worry about. But I did play this at one show right after Chris Cornell died. I did a show with a friend, Sarah Keene. Just a song, we did the song Seasons in tribute to him after his death. So this guitar has seen the stage with me anyway in that capacity, and hopefully a lot more in the future.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Local Rigs. Thanks to Tyler Steimle for coming out to River City Studios in Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you liked the video, go ahead and continue liking it by pushing the like button at the bottom. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next month with another episode of Local Rigs.